Okay, so most of you know that I shoot a lot of different cameras, but recently I have been shooting with a fair bit of the Sony ZV line of cameras, actually all the Sony ZV-E line of cameras. So, of course, this is my Canon R6, which you're seeing here. But up top here, which you guys don't see, is my Sony ZV-E10. When I'm doing streaming, so when I do streaming videos or live videos or anything like that, my primary camera is a Sony ZV-E1, and my kind of side camera is a Sony ZV-E1F. And they've been doing a great job. They're nice budget, budget cameras for someone who wants to get into it. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg, you're not spending a ton of money. They do what they're kind of designed for very well. The line up till now has been kind of cool because it's really, it has a camera in that line depending on what you and I actually want, right? ZV-E1F, fixed lens, really designed for vlogging, cheapest of the lot, etc., etc. ZV-E1F, fixed lens, but has a bit of zoom in there, has a couple more features in it, like a built-in ND filter, I think some stabilization, all kinds of nice stuff. And then last but not least, you have the ZV-E10, which again is the camera that I use daily, and interchangeable lens. Yes, kind of nice. E-mount, right? APS-C. So a big spectrum, 1-inch sensors and then APS-C sensors. So the rumor is here, and this rumor has been kind of coming out in the last couple of weeks, is that there would be a new Sony ZV full frame. Oh yes, a full frame camera. So, I've been kind of just watching it and just kind of seeing what's going on because I like the ZV line. You know what? It does good. But there's a couple things with this one, right? First, I love this. Likely the first tiny image of the ZV-E1. You know what? That could literally be anything. It could be any camera. Nobody knows what that is, but from that image, there's no way, right? A reader spotted what might be the first small piece of an image showing the ZV-E1, which is their supposed full frame, right? This has been shared by an Instagrammer. He has told me what he learned. Big back wheel. Definitely not from... There's no information from that photo, just so you guys know. Big back wheel. Red record button on the top. That's not... Okay. Second button looks like a front-back focus like other ZVs. Bigger grip than ZV-1. But is it like grip like ZV-E10? Because this is probably a little more on par with that camera, right? Trusted sources share some more details about the ZV-E1. The autofocus is from the A7R5, but it has even better detection. What? Awesome if it's there, right? Body overheat a lot at the moment. Okay, well, that's not great. Lots of new AI features, very innovative. Prices between $2,000 and $2,500. So this is a huge leap for the ZV line in regards possibly to quality and of course in regards to pricing, because a lot of people, including myself, that really like the ZV line is because of that budget friendly, right? Because of it. But full frame, this looking at the $2,000 mark, okay, $2,000 mark, I'm kind of down with, because if you look at Canon right now with their R8, right, that's been getting really good reviews, and definitely budget, right? It's not like crazy budget, but definitely a good pricing for the camera that it comes in. $2,000, $2,500 US. Okay, we'll see, I guess. New ZV-E1 E-mount camera is based on the Sony A7S. It's A7S3. They say AS7, but A7S3. Same 12 megapixel sensor as the A7S3. 4K 60 and 4K 120, no crop, but 120 might be coming later via firmware update. That's fine. I primarily use 4K 60, but I wouldn't say no to a 120. No pixel binning, 409K ISO, 409,000 ISO. Wow. Autofocus is from the A7R5. It says body overheats a lot. Okay. Is that the same? Similar body style to the ZV-E10, but in the size of the A7C with some FX3 elements. And these ones say price is slightly below $2,500. So we're looking at $2,499. Announcement on March 29th at 3 p.m. London time. Curious. I'd love to see this definitely come in closer to the $2,000 mark, which still makes it, for me, way more expensive because here in Canada, right? So maybe like $2,500, maybe $2,700. For sure, if it's closer to the $2,500 mark, this puts it at a $3,000 camera, which, you know what, kind of puts it in line with like the R6, right? And it kind of sounds like it's kind of batting at that same range, right? Because the R6 also went with lower megapixels, 20 megapixels on the R6, what I'm shooting here. And it really tried to get itself to be the camera that was kind of designed for video primarily. Not that it couldn't do photos. I shoot a lot of photos with my R6. But, you know, it has that low light capability. This, again, I haven't shot with high-end Sony cameras, but supposedly the A7S III was kind of king, you know, of that low light performance. So I'd be really, really curious to see what this has to bring to the table. I think, honestly, pricing is going to be primary. If they could get this, which I don't know, you know, if they could get this at, you know, $19.99 US, because they have not that it's not full frame, but they have the FX30, which is a camera that I've been like, and it was a camera that I actually looked at when I was buying my R7, because both, of course, crop sensors, right? But because I was looking at a real hybrid camera, I wanted something that was really, you know, photo and video, kind of like a, you know, 50-50 split. And because I primarily use it for this kind of stuff, you know, it didn't matter too much. Whereas the FX, am I saying that right? FX30? You know what I'm talking about, right? The crop sensor version. It really is video centric for sure, right? And I think this is going to be it too, but full frame. So is it a step up over that FX30? Is it a step below it? But it's priced higher, but it's more capable. Is it less capable? Is it going to cripple that camera? Is it, you know, it's a lot of questions. Hope you guys leave some comments below. So you guys, you know, what are your thoughts? Any of you use the ZV line? And are they taking the ZV line, which is a budget vlogging camera setup, and introducing a camera to it that shouldn't be there? Or is it just the evolution of that so that they actually have a 1-inch version, an APS-C version, and a full frame version? All right, guys, I'm really curious because March 29th isn't that far away, you know, not that far away. So we should hear should be lots of rumors coming out, but I'm always curious, always curious. All right, guys, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will be watching this because maybe that's a camera that could end up replacing my R6 and really get me completely in the Sony world. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, I'm out. Later.